we are on to the second strategy of war, and this is a very, very, very interesting one. And these first few, they're called the internal warfare. They're about mastering yourself so that you can always approach the other situation better. And that's why I love this section of the book especially. But yeah, without further ado, the second strategy of war. Do not fight the last war. The guerrilla war of the mind strategy. And this is a very interesting one. This is one of the ones that you can apply to every facet of life. And the basic idea of this is don't live in the past. If you did something that was successful in the past, you can't cling on to that. Sure, you can take that as a lesson. You can take that and say, you know what? I can move forward and do this something similar. But like too many people are so confined on their past successes that they can never move forward, that they can never find a new strategy. Think about the people in the YouTube game that, you know, they were there from the start, but they never innovated. And think of how many people came up at the same time as Mr. Beast, but are still not relevant because they weren't able to adapt. They weren't able to build upon what they did in the past to further succeed in the future. And this is what we need to understand. We need to understand that whatever success we've had, whatever failures we've had, we need to either keep them there or learn from them. That's all we can do. We can't dwell on it. We can't dwell on the past situations. Like, I'm sure most people understand that, like, people have read The Art of War throughout history, but there are people that take that and they're like, the only sort of information I need from The Art of War. But Napoleon literally said, the one strategy I have is having no strategy. It's being able to adapt to the situation. It's understanding the principles and understanding when to apply them. Understanding when to weigh these certain strategies versus these strategies. Understanding when to be unique. Understanding when to play it by the books. And having this skill is always much, much more valuable than just being rigid, than just being set in stone. Because I'll tell you what, if you go play by the books, play by your past successes, there's going to be a time where that isn't applicable. Like, I mean, we can look in terms of my fighting. Like my fighting, my strategy is just to, you know, wait for the opening and then strike. But there's been times where I wait for the opening and then it doesn't happen and I lose the fight and then I lose the tournament and then I don't get that opportunity. And the truth is, like, if I just had a balanced perspective of saying, like, okay, this guy's a good wrestler, he's not going to give me openings, but if I put him on his back, then I'll be able to, you know, in some way dominate him, in some way hold him down, and in some way control him. And then I can get that opening, then I can get that submission. Like, imagine had I done this in the last tournament I was in. Imagine I had done this in the times that I'm fighting these great wrestlers. Like, a great wrestler is always going to be able to pin me down and not allow me to move. But you know what? Why don't I try something new? Why don't I try a new strategy? Why am I conforming to the other person's rules? Why am I conforming to what's worked for me in the past when the situation calls for something else? So all I want you to understand from this principle is move forward. Learn from the past. Learn from the things that have held you back and use them to move forward. Use them to in some way drive you to your next success. Don't rely on them. Don't rely on the past victories. Always be able to adapt. If you look at the history of Napoleon, when Napoleon started to rest on his laurels, when he started to just say, oh, well, I can just win this, when he stopped being creative, when he stopped using this strategy, this is when he started to lose wars. This is when his battles started to just, you know, not go his way. And the more we can understand this principle, the more we can grow, learn, find a new path, find a new application, cater our skills to the situation, the better our lives will be. So take this with you. Love all you guys. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, stay tuned for more strategies from this book. And can't wait to keep sharing these with you guys, and so much more to come on the channel. So if you're new, consider subscribing. If you've already been here for a while, join my school. It's free right now. A bunch of courses in there, a bunch of new stuff. I might break down every single one of these strategies in a written format, but you know what? There's so many things I want to do right now. So if you want to see that, comment below and I'll start working on that. But for the time being, we're doing what we're doing. Join the Discord if you want to get notifications of what I'm streaming, if you want to get notifications of other stuff, if you want to have updates of what I'm reading, of what I'm doing. That's a great place for that as well. And there's also the community aspect. So yeah, can't wait to see you guys there. Love all you guys. Peace out. See you in the next one.